Today's ABA word is forward chaining. Forward chaining is an instructional approach. So what this means is we're going to use forward chaining to teach an activity. You can have an instructional approach and you can have a reinforcement approach. So that's when we can kind of combine. When are we going to reinforce? So sometimes those things can be confusing. Are we reinforcing? Is it a teaching strategy? Because it kind of sounds the same when we're kind of breaking everything down. Forward chaining, what it does is it focuses on a complex task as well, and we're going to teach the very first step required for this behavior until he becomes independent. For example, if we're going to teach shoe tying, I can start with forward chaining and just have him grab the shoelaces. And I can go either prompt a lot or finish the task for him. Once we grab the shoelaces and we're independent with that, when we practice shoe tying again, we're going to go to the next one. We're going to grab the shoelaces. They're doing it independent. We're going to make the X with the shoelace. You can continue to just prompt a lot or do it for them, but we're only focusing on them being fully independent with the first task of the behavior before moving on. So we're going to teach every step, but we're going to teach it from the beginning. Another example would be toothbrushing. Let's break it down. The first step is going to be just to grab the toothbrush and the toothpaste. After that, you're just going to give them a lot of prompt, and you're not really focused on teaching the rest of the skills. Right now, you just want them to be independent with the first task of toothbrushing. Let's say, all right, they're independent with grabbing toothbrush, grabbing the toothpaste. They're fully independent. They're initiating on their own. There's no prompting at all. Then you can move forward, have them maybe even twist the top off the toothpaste. So I hope that helps. Today's ABA word is backwards chaining. And y'all notice that I don't have my notebook today because I'm actually pretty familiar with these two. I use them a lot in occupational therapy, and I think they're great instructional strategies. It helps, especially with very complex tasks. These kids do not want to do shoe tying from beginning to end and expecting to be doing this on their own. In this example, backwards chaining, we're still going to follow the steps in sequence because shoe tying is done in a sequence, but you're going to prompt a lot, support a lot, do the beginning. I would teach shoe tying. I would sometimes just do all of the shoe tying, and at the very end, I would have them pull the bunny ears together to finish the task. Once they become independent at the very end, when we practice shoe tying again, what I'm going to do is maybe I'll have them help me when I make the bunny ear X. I'm going to have them help me put it through the hole before we pull them out to finish the task. So again, once they become independent with that last step of the behavior that we're trying to teach, then it's the next one before the last one. So we're kind of going backwards. But again, we still have to complete shoe tying in a sequence, but they're learning backwards. It all depends on the task. If you think the ending of the task is a lot easier for them, or you notice that they feel more confident because they don't have to initiate in this task, then you can start with backwards chaining.